That's kind of a moving target based on whatever our contemporary challenges are in the community. Uh, One of the most difficult things for a leader of an organization is to right-size the organization for the job that it has to do. I believe our people are underpaid. I think they should be paid more for the risk that they have to take each and every day out on the streets. There's not many occupations that your life can be threatened on a daily basis. Every time you strap the gun on and you get behind the wheel of that police car, you never really know what's going to happen out there today. And I guess in life you rarely know, but you're rarely involved in the altercations that we're involved in each and every day. With the amount of guns that are on the street, this kind of recalcitrant attitude about authority and how that interaction plays out on the street is very dangerous. I think right now we are in good shape. We've had to retool and redefine a lot of things. I've realigned the organization in a huge way over the last 3 years. And as long as we continue to deploy technology in the appropriate fashion, I think we'll be okay in the long run.
Do you feel a need to impose a curfew on the youth?
Well, there is a curfew at the present time. It's a Jefferson Parish ordinance. And on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, it goes in at 12 midnight till 5 a.m. in the morning. Monday through Thursday, it's at 11 p.m. through 5 a.m. in the morning. The ordinance is actually for the minor under the age of 17, but also there's a separate ordinance that holds the parent accountable if the parent knowingly and intentionally allows their child to be out in violation of curfew. The penalty for that would be a fine of up to $500 and up to 6 months in jail. Now, we made over, in the parish of Jefferson, including the sheriff's office and all the municipal police departments, over 200 curfew violations were cited last year. So we're proactive in that regard, but that's not a substitute for parental obligation. Yes, it's an ordinance, yes, it's a law, and yes, that sets the community norm of what our expectation is. Without parental involvement, parental supervision, and parents doing the right thing relative to their kids and making sure that they're not outside in violation of curfew, a lot of this doesn't work. So it's a collaboration between law enforcement, governmental authorities, and parents doing the right thing to make sure that we don't have curfew violations.
Crime is being committed by, teens. Do you have active truancy officers during school hours to confront the kids that are not in school?
We do. We have a collaborative effort with the Jefferson Parish school system, the Jefferson Parish government, and the sheriff's office. We have programs such as Police on Campus, where we have police officers on high school and middle school campuses. We have a truancy assessment center, which is kind of the central location where we process the truants and dealing with the schools and the schools notifying them so that they can notify us and we go pick the kids up. We have a lot of kids that are truant, but we also have a lot of parents that are not doing the right thing to make sure and ensure that their kids are actually in school. Why is it that we have so many kids in the metro area that show up for school? Their view of the first day is the day after Labor Day. Well, school starts in the 3rd or 4th week of August. Those kids are truant. Why is it that we allow parents to show up on the day after Labor Day every year, day in and day out, to start school? Well, that's not when school starts. We should hold these parents accountable. School starts in the 3rd week of August, not the 2nd week of September. And the reality is they're not doing the right thing. And as I said before, this is not a law enforcement problem. It's not something that we can deal with in a vacuum of just law enforcement. This is a societal problem where collectively we've got to define what normal is and impose it on everyone and hold them accountable. You know, we do news stories every year. You've probably seen it on the news of all the kids that are showing up the day after Labor Day. Because that's, for them, that's when school starts. Well, that's not when school starts.
Do you feel a stiffer gun law would deter crime?
I don't know that it would deter crime. You know, the reality is that if you want to possess a gun, if you have a desire to possess a gun, you will figure out a way to get the gun. There is an underground market for guns that has gone on in this country for over 200 years. I don't know that codifying something is going to make a big, huge difference in the gun market. What it will do is make the guns more valuable in the underground market. You know, but the other thing is that what we have are a lot of what are called straw purchases that go on, whereby if you are a prohibited person from possessing a firearm, you simply get somebody who's not prohibited to go in and buy the gun. And then you give them the money, they buy the gun, you know, and they give the gun to you, and then you go on your happy way, and we think that whoever you got is the owner of that gun, and it's not the case. Those are very, very difficult law enforcement cases to make, to prove that, because you know, we don't have the resources to follow somebody around who's actually purchased a weapon. So there's so many loopholes in getting around, no matter how intrusive the gun law is. Now, I do have concerns about certain types of weaponry, you know, the automatic weapons, but those are restricted by federal law now as it relates to that. But that is a classic example of the value of the guns in the underground market go up. It still doesn't eliminate folks from ending up with an automatic weapon.